camera.
This is fun.
We're like,
Hey, everybody. How are y'all today? All right. Today, you can see already that we have Doug and Nikki with us. The past 2 weeks, we have not been on. We have been getting family pictures done. And then we went to Helen, Georgia for this great big meetup. We've met a lot of new people. I wasn't ready to show that. He is so excited about this mug. Are you kidding me?
Oh, is that from Blaine?
Blaine?
Viso made this mug. He tried to make it. Oh, let me bring it down. Sean's like a little bit challenged here. Woo, woo.
Okay, there we go. Meetup.
Helen, Georgia. But they had "Life is Good Today" logo on it.
Right.
No, sorry, life is short. I'm losing it.
Life short.
No.
It's okay.
It's driving me crazy. Okay. Rayleigh Travel. Creative Travel. Darian. I don't know if y'all can see that. Boop, boop.
Mm-hmm.
Ford Man, that's Kenneth.
Right.
And then this is the guy that made it. Shauna.
Okay.
But I like this little mug. It actually made it from Viso's state. Where was that? Oklahoma. And none of them broke. He got over 30 of them to Helen, Georgia, and none of them broke.
Pretty impressive.
But everybody that we met met up with Ronnie Stokes, Ryan Donahue, Blaine with Rayleigh's Creative Travel.
Right.
Darian and Billy. Billy is his son. He's about 11 years old. Darian's is Magnificent Germany. Darian. Yep. I can't even remember that. Rafi with Viso's Travel. Gary Krebs. He's a huge supporter of all the YouTubers. Bone Daddy 2. This was the first time I met them. Mike and Tammy. Mike is really funny. If y'all haven't went and seen any of their hey Bobby, if y'all haven't went and seen any of their videos, he's got a chocolate football short. It's kind of funny. It's not really a short. It's like a little tiny vlog. He's apologizing to the chocolate football. Baby, you gotta go. Go find Caitlin. Go find Caitlin. Go find Caitlin. Sorry. Go find Caitlin. Go find Caitlin. Kenneth Oaks, he's also known as Ford Man.
Right.
He had his dad with us. His name is Papal, is what everybody called him. Tommy Dotson and his wife was there. Miss Ermy, Haley Aaron, and I apologize if I forgot anybody. But we met up with a ton of people. Next time we have a meetup, we're going to make sure that we get that word out there more and see if we can get more people to come.
Yeah.
The 25th that's coming up. We're going to be on Journey with the Gingers with Lori and Hannah. I'm excited. That's going to be at 7 p.m., right? 7 p.m. Eastern?
I think so, yeah.
And then right after we get off, about 5 o'clock today, Beach Please will be on. And they have Tony and Jenny from Lolita Loco. They're going to be on there with them today at 5 o'clock.
Cool.
So today we get to finally talk to Doug and Nikki. Woo, that's so exciting. Oh, Aunt Melissa's in here, Grayson. Who all's in the house today? Almost forgot to say hi to everybody. John's texting without me knowing.
I've already said hey to everybody. Doug and Nikki, Ronnie from Life is Good Today, Just Dave, Paul Vines, Danny from Griswold's Family Vacay.
He's sneaky. I had no clue he had his phone out.
Oh. Because you were doing all the hard work and he's just texting people.
Typical teenager, huh? Just kidding. But all right. I wrote out some questions for y'all.
Uh-oh.
Please.
Okay.
do not hate me for any of these questions.
Oh, we don't hate anybody. You got to work really hard to get on our hate list.
Ooh. Say that I don't like Egypt. Would that be it?
No. That's totally
I was kidding. I actually want to go to Egypt. So y'all have been to Egypt, Israel?
No,
we haven't done Israel.
You haven't done Israel yet? You're going to?
We've seen Israel. We've gone to Jordan.
We were like right next to the border.
We've gone to Jordan. We could see across the Dead Sea and see Israel, but we didn't. We haven't. We need to do Israel.
Yeah, that will be out there.
The Death Sea.
Dead Sea.
Dead Sea. I was like, the Death Sea. What's that?
Dead Sea. Yeah.
Don't ask. I've had a long day. I'm a blonde. It's okay. Oop, Nikki's a blonde too.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm used to it.
Here, John. I'm just done.
What is your number one top places you've ever been to?
Our number one place.
Your very favorite.
Very favorite.
Your very favorite.
It's always hard. I mean, we're up to like I think 49 countries now. It's hard to and then like so many places within those countries because we don't normally just go to one spot. And I mean, if it was based on countries we've been to multiple times, I mean, we've been to Italy like 5 times and Croatia a bunch of times, but I don't know. It is hard to pick. Egypt, Peru, like Galapagos.
Well, I think they all have like different functions in our lives. Like, I would say the Galapagos, at least for me, was like the biggest surprise that I loved. I didn't expect it. Places like Egypt, it's like what you see there and the history is just unbelievable. Mm-hmm. And then if I want to go and have a great time, I won't say Vegas, but we'll say like we love to go on cruises. Like, I mean, if we were just going to go on a vacation and enjoy ourselves and relax, we love cruising and doing that kind of stuff. Yeah.
So do you love cruising more than land vacation?
I think we are split.
Well, no.
I would say I like land vacations more than cruising. You would probably say you like cruising more than land vacations.
No, I like cruising. Like, I like cruising as a tool for some land instead of land vacations. Like our very first cruise together, I thought really nailed like the usefulness of a cruise as a vacation because we went to the Mediterranean. So, for us, it was, or at least for me, it was great in the sense that, you'd be in Greece for a day, you go back on the cruise ship, you drink a little, have a great meal, go to sleep. You wake up the next day and you're in like Croatia, a whole nother country.
And you didn't haul my bags. I have to haul my bags around.
I didn't have to haul her bags anywhere. And then we went to Italy and Spain. And so you got to see a lot of Europe without a whole lot of the annoying part of travel. And I think that's a really neat use of cruising.
Yeah. Because I'm definitely not a big, I mean, you probably prefer more just kind of the more relaxing part.
Yeah,
I'm not a big relaxer.
She doesn't do actual vacation where you relax and have a drink and hang out at the beach or go to the pool or watch a show. You go traveling with her and she's running. You're going places 24 hours a day.
Like Coco Cay is nice. And they've done a great job there, but that's too much relaxing for me.
Yeah. A day at the private island is actually painful for her. It's like, I got things to do. I don't need to be here.
I like relaxing. I like to be able to go and lay next to the water and listen to it. And John, he's like, no, let's go kayaking. Let's go do this. Let's go walk and see what we can see. And I'm like,
well, so that's another one of those things that I find helpful and good about cruises, because when there's a sea day, she can't make me do anything. She's like forced to have a day off. It's like, because if I don't have those sea days, like when we went to India and we were there for 2 weeks, it was like 6 a.m. till midnight every day,
doing different things, and
full on traveling and adventuring and amazing things. I mean, I love it, and I wouldn't trade it for anything. But at
I make him work on vacation.
Whoa! At the end, are you tired? Yeah.
Doug, I'm jealous because my husband still keeps me busy on sea days.
Oh, really?
I'm not playing. He has me going all over the ship. And I'm like, dude, I'm just tired. I just go angry. I get tired of the whining, and then I just get angry. Aggressive.
Yeah.
So enough.
Now, do you guys do cruises yourselves, or do you always take the kids? How do you split it? Or do you?
We've been on 2 cruises so far, and neither one of them has been with the kids.
Oh, okay.
The Mardi Gras on July 31st is supposed to be with all of the kids.
Okay.
The cruising with the kids is great. I mean, you have a larger army of them, but it's like very interesting because we have 2 daughters who are like 3 years apart. And when we went on cruises, it was, well, this will date us a little bit because that was when like you still use the walkie-talkie, like the cell phones weren't like completely useful. But you know, we got on the ship and we said, okay, here are the walkie-talkies. There were only 3 rules. I'm like, you don't go overboard. You're not disrespectful to anybody. And you recognize that everybody on here paid a lot of money to have a nice vacation. So don't ruin it for anybody. But outside of that, goodbye. Go do whatever you want.
And they had a great time.
And they had an amazing
great
time.
That they could be able to just kind of, when they were little, have a little freedom and kind of go explore and do things by themselves.
Yeah, and one would go and check herself into like the kids center, and like we'd have to go pick her up at 2:00 in the morning. They'd be like, "Come pick your daughter up; she's still here." Yeah. And then the other one was like pretty much on our hip. She was like, "Oh, let's go to the pool. Let's go to the wave rider. Let's see." You know, she just wanted to be with us. Yeah. But like they had the freedom to do whatever they wanted. It was very nice that you didn't have to worry about them, right? Because they can't get off anywhere. You're not going to get in trouble with. There's no stranger danger. You're on a ship. There are cameras everywhere. Yeah. Nobody gets away with anything on a cruise ship. So you know, it was really nice to let them kind of do their own thing and not have to watch them per se.
So Doug didn't have any anxiety, but did Nikki
have any
anxiety about the girls?
Anxiety about the kids being off on their own.
No, I think just because, like you said, there's cameras everywhere. The kids club, you check them in, you check them out when they're little, and then as they get bigger, there's like different things they can go do. And I mean, you kind of
teen club.
Yeah, there's a teen club, and I think there's so many people. It would be very hard for something to happen. They're also not like stupid kids. They're not like you're not allowed to go in people's rooms and stuff. And they actually,
just basic common sense. We could count on them for basic keep themselves alive common sense.
I think I could trust my daughter with all that, but I don't know about the 3 younger ones. I'm like, I don't think they have that common sense.
Yeah.
And they always have bracelets. There's these bracelets that get scanned and stuff. So they can't go to certain places and stuff.
You got to make judgments on your own kids. I like my our nephews. One of them, I don't think I would trust him not to kill himself or somebody else. But
it's based on the kids too.
So I heard that y'all just moved to Tampa.
Or are moving.
Moving.
Gonna be moving. Yes, we are still in New York.
If I was allowed to move this camera around, you would be impressed at what this room looks like with boxes and bubble wrap and tape, and it's in progress. Like in mid-June, we should be in Tampa with no house. Because that's
I'm not going to dare move my camera around. My room. Insane right now.
My hands aren't going near that. My blonde would attack if I went to go grab that camera.
His blonde would attack. So are you excited or nervous about living in an RV?
Well, I think the only thing that makes us a little nervous, because we've spent now a couple weeks in it and we were totally fine, and we had Kona with us, our dog, but we also have 2 cats. So that is a little bit of the trying to figure out how we're going to do that, because we don't have them together.
They don't. The dog and the cats don't operate in the same sphere in the house at all ever. Like obviously the dog is happy to play with the cats, but the cats aren't so happy to play with the dog. So they have separate territories. It's harder to do that in a trailer.
So that's I think the only nervous part.
Yeah.
The next I'm just looking at it as an adventure.
Yes. And
do you have a spray bottle ready?
What? Yeah, she's got a bottle ready. Yeah.
A bottle ready?
Yeah, to drink.
Oh.
Yes.
No, a spray bottle, like a spray
bottle.
Yeah, no. He doesn't.
It doesn't faze him.
Yeah. He's like, oh, cool, another game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's literally just trying to figure out how to keep them apart. And
it's a little bit the cat's fault because he's gotten to the cat a couple times, and if the cat would just wheel around and whack him really good with like her claws once, just nail him once, it would
scare him.
change the whole dynamic. But she doesn't. She's like, oh. Yeah.
She's 16.
He doesn't do anything to her. He's just happy to sit there and kind of hold her like, oh, yeah, my snuggle buddy. Yeah.
So you're going from a house to an RV. What do you plan on doing all your stuff? Are you going to store it in New York or Florida? Are you going to sell most of it?
We are not selling it, and it's just trying to figure out what to do with it right now. Like it'll be one of the places. I don't really have the answers yet, but it's just a short time because when we go down there, because the housing market is a little crazy right now. So once we go down there, we'll be able to kind of be on top of it and kind of look for and buy a house because you really have to be there like the first people in the morning to see the house. Or else you don't get the house. Like if you're the third person, you're like, sorry, you're out of luck. So
unless you want to pay $50,000 extra.
Exactly. So which it might be the case anyways, just because it's kind of crazy. Like people overbid and overbid. It's a little crazy right now, the market. Yeah. So it'll be for a short time.
Yeah. I don't think we could survive more than like 6 weeks, 2 months in the RV. I think if we get to that point, we'll be like, all right, let's just go rent an Airbnb or something.
Yeah.
And make this a little more of a permanent thing.
Yeah.
Like the RV is a really good size and it's really nicely appointed and we've spent a lot of time in it, but like living in it, 5 of us, not good.
Even though 2 of them are like little small.
Yeah, they're high maintenance little ones.
What are some of the things y'all like to do on your own time? Like your downtime where you don't have to work and you don't have travel plans.
Well, we both are photographers. I mean, because he has his own business, and then we love photography on the side. He is like a big into racquetball. We both like doing activities and stuff like that. But he's like he's very good at racquetball. He's very good at all sports. It's a little like really good, not like just okay good, like really good. And then what's that?
I said that was intimidating.
I think men feel that way. They're like, hey, do you want to come play sports? And he's like, okay, well, I don't know how to play it. And then they're like, oh, wow, your husband knows how to play this. And he's never played. I'm like, yes, you just can't play with him. He's really good at sports. It's like some innate thing.
Yeah, it might be a little competitive thing.
And you're very competitive. Yeah, it's the race car driver in him.
I'm not good with like, oh, let's just hang out and take shots, or go, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Some competition involved.
And then obviously, when we're not working, it's traveling. I do a lot of, my art and stuff like that, whether it be digital art or online. And obviously we've got a huge backyard. So if it's gardening out there, looking after the dog.
But I think for the most part, we would say this whole YouTube project, the whole YouTube world is really what, if you were talking to people about what they do with kind of their free time, that's really what we do. I mean, I work all day. I come home and it's shooting videos, editing videos. She's making plans to travel or where are we going to go, that kind of stuff. And that's really what we do with our free time.
Yeah.
Other than watch like Avengers and that kind of stuff.
Avengers.
I just got finished watching every single Marvel movie. My daughter made me watch every single one of them.
Did you watch WandaVision, the TV show?
That is next. She's actually harassing me. There's also a new one out called something in Falcon or Falcon.
Yeah,
the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. We watched the first episode last night.
Had to be up to date on that.
she's already harassing me on that now.
Yeah. That one's better than WandaVision, I think. Did you think?
No, I liked WandaVision.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I liked how it went through the years and stuff.
The way it was
and the
cute,
different TV shows. That was kind of cute. Yeah.
Well, I'm definitely going to have to watch that now that I know that I'm not the only adult having to watch it.
No, you're not the only adult.
Yeah, no, it's definitely very popular.
Lots of times she says I'm not an adult. So, but
sometimes
not.
So, is it always Doug editing, or is it Nikki and Doug?
No, I started it, and then I am like, I think because of my photography stuff, I'm very particular about everything. So I spent a lot of time and it was just taking too much time for me to put out a video. It's like it would take me like a week to do a video because it's like I want everything precise. So he then took over because he's like, okay, we're never going to get videos out if I'm doing it. So now what I do is he will make them all come in and tweak them after he's put it together, or like I do like graphics and stuff like that, and yeah. So it's kind of me tweaking after he's done all the work.
Yeah, but it's
quicker that way.
She makes the end product better. Like because I'll make the whole video. It'll be like a complete storyline. I don't do all the edits or anything like that. And then I'm like, okay, you check it. And once in a while I get okay, that's good. And I get to move forward. Other times, like she takes 3 days of work and she shreds it. But when she puts it back together, it's good to have an extra set of eyes, and she's got great taste. So
thank you, sweetie.
Yeah. Yes.
Jonathan usually does almost all the editing. Sometimes he'll literally force me to come in the room and watch it. And I'm like, it's 30 minutes long. I don't want to watch this. But then I have to sit there and watch it. And then I have to add music.
Important. It adds another angle to it.
It does. I add music to all of it. I'm the one that does the music.
Okay.
And then after that, he's like, all right, what do you think needs to go here? And he tells me I need to help him figure out how to fade things in or do all the extra. And I'm like, I don't really want to do this.
Now, what are you using for your editing?
Power Director.
What is it?
Power Director.
Is it Apple?
Oh, Apple. Okay.
Cyberlink.
It's
Gotcha.
Cyberlink Power Director.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's what he said. I don't.
We
got
the whole Adobe suite of everything. Yeah.
Adobe, is it good?
Yeah.
Do you like it?
It's phenomenal. It's very expensive and very complicated.
Yeah,
unless you were ready to go for your master's in video editing, I would say whatever you're using is probably much more user friendly than this.
Yeah. And it's only because obviously being photographers, we started with Photoshop and kind of transitioning into it. It's like a little bit easier to transition to it, but it's very complicated. Not that you couldn't do it, but you definitely will spend a lot of time figuring it out.
And it doesn't necessarily add to the finished product until you get really comfortable with it. Mm-hmm. And then the complicated makes the finished product better. But when you're that first year of trying to learn the software, it's just a lot of work.
Right.
It's called Premiere Pro. It seems like I learn more every time we put out a video. I learn something new.
Oh, I learn something every single time.
Yeah, it's never ending.
Silly little things but I'm always Googling and YouTubing, like, how do I do this? Or why did it do that? Or why does it look stupid? Or over and over again.
I have here, what are your top 5 to 10 bucket list things to do? Do y'all have a bucket list?
I definitely still keep it going. Yeah, different things. Like, I've had a lot of things crossed off in the years, but I definitely try to keep finding more, things to add to it and stuff. And we kind of sit down and talk to each other and say, like, okay, well, what are, because we have different ideas of what we want to see or do and stuff like that. So we kind of sit down and kind of say, okay, you write your top 10, I'll write my top 10 and see if any of them overlap. And then we'll kind of work on those first. And then, I'll force you to go somewhere that you don't want to, or you'll force me to go somewhere I don't want to next. But in terms of, I would say, the next place, which was supposed to be last year, was like not Egypt, Africa, but like, Africa, like Botswana and places like, on a safari and kind of doing that kind of adventure. So I think that, it might not be next, but I think, we'd like to do like further south, like into, Chile and Argentina. And we've talked about Iceland recently. Because soon you can go to Iceland if you have your, vaccinations. So, kind of that, anything that you've
See, my bucket list is different than yours. My bucket list is more like things that I will never actually get to do. Like, like I would kill to get launched off a carrier deck in an F-18 and then land again on the carrier. Like that
I would do that in a heartbeat.
Yeah, well, I would be like, that would be a real bucket list thing. Or I applied to be an astronaut earlier this year and I was told I wasn't allowed to go, even if I got accepted.
No, I'm sorry.
Like,
you're not going.
You're not going up in the SpaceX ship.
No.
And I'm trying to think.
Definitely like different adventures like that. I mean, we're both like trying to find cool adventures.
Yeah, but you said I can't go if I get
it's
selected.
To space. Yeah, no.
I don't know why you're so against me going to space.
Because you might not come back. Or it might blow up on the way there, or I don't know, a million.
So I got a long list of those kind of things. That's really my more when I think bucket list are those kind of things, like
adventure.
Spend a week like in a nuclear sub underneath like the ice pack or something. I don't know. So
we'll have to create ones for you that you actually could.
That I can actually. Well, I can't. I could have been an astronaut. You just said no.
Yeah. I actually just did one of my bucket list things this past weekend. I went
zip lining. I heard.
I went zip lining, and I almost killed myself doing it. I almost peed everywhere.
Oh no!
You were fine.
Where did you go?
We went to Helen, Georgia, to Unicoi State Park Zipline Adventures.
Okay,
cool.
And you enjoyed it though? Like you were scared the first time, and then did they have multiple? Like, kind of you work your way down in different lengths and stuff?
Well, I'm going to explain this. I'm terrified of falling. Like,
okay.
Not of going up per se, but I'm afraid of falling. If I feel like I'm like secure, I can get in a roller coaster and be fine.
Right.
I mean, I could drop as long as I'm in something and I feel fine. But I was on a harness on a wire, and that just like blows my mind. I did not know I was first in line. I got to the top of the staircase. It's like a spiral staircase. I got to the top and I said, wait, where is everybody? And John's like, they're all at the bottom. I'm like,
I'll put you outside.
She went up first.
I had no clue that all the people in front of me went to the end of the line. I mean, I thought they already went up.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So, yeah.
And so funny. Did you do the one, or did you do it the one where you go up and then
explain what your experience was like?
More. So they have different towers and stuff like at places
this
where
was
there's
in Mexico where we went.
Multiple towers like that. So you start at the first one, which is kind of like the highest. And then, it has like along the zip line. Then it gets you to another tower and it takes you a different direction. And a different direct, like, you do that a few times. Like ours at the very end, you landed in the water. So did you do those, or was it like one long one?
It was 6 different zip lines with 6 different platforms. And there was also a couple of bridges.
One of them wasn't a bridge.
One of them was a wire that you walked across. Yeah, but that was all tier 1. She didn't go on to tier 2, but I went on to tier 2, me and Gary Krebs.
It was a $20 extra per person to go into tier 2. And at first, when I first started doing it, I was like, okay, maybe I might do tier 2. And then I got to the end. I couldn't figure out how to exactly stop the right way.
Right.
I kept putting my hand behind me instead of just putting it flat down. I would grab, and then my hand would jerk, and I'll go.
Oh.
So, and then I just gave up on trying to stop altogether. The guy was like, "Slow down!" I just ran smashing him every single time. I just ran into him.
No,
I just couldn't stop. I just.
What does it mean, tier 1 and tier 2?
They had different levels. Like you had to complete tier 1 to go on to tier 2. Tier 2 was a little bit higher and a little bit faster.
Oh, okay.
And
gotcha.
then tier 3 was even higher and even faster. Like tier 3 went across the lake, but we only did tier 1 and tier 2. And
okay,
she only did tier 1.
I'm done. I was done. I was like, nope, no more. I mean, I'll try it once.
Right.
And then if I have fun, I'll do it again, but I'm good. I mean, I'll hike. If you want me to hike, I'll hike anywhere with you. I'll even cross a little creek if I have to. But that I don't think I'll ever do that again, because 2 days later I was throbbing. My whole body was hurting me. I could barely move without crying because it hurt that bad.
Oh.
But I'm out of shape. I need to get in shape. I'm gonna start walking more often, maybe, hopefully. But
it's good. I mean, it's good you tried it. You know now. You know, nice to try different
and John
things.
recorded it.
You recorded it too.
I didn't record it. I was all over the place. What do you mean? I was recording the trees around me.
I know you got some good shots.
But all right. Have you and Doug met any YouTubers yet?
Rayleigh.
Blaine.
Rayleigh Creative Blaine.
Yep.
And is that it? I think that's it. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that's it.
But tell her you got recognized in Florida.
Yes, we were actually at a hotel, and some lady coming out, like, you know, checking out the hotel, waiting to get her car. She recognized me. Where was she from? She was like from the Midwest somewhere. It was like, and she's like, "Can you do videos? Like, you have your trailer and you have your cruising, your cruise videos." I was like, "Oh my God, that's so cool."
That's a great feeling to have someone actually recognize you.
Yes, totally.
Crazy, right?
Yeah.
I haven't had that done yet. I'm ready for that moment.
I think you got to get a lot lucky.
Yeah, exactly.
Happen to find the right person, or that kind of thing. But and we had spent like 2 days at the resort walking around with drones and cameras and that. So it wasn't like we were like it was like everybody knew what we were doing. It was if what we like, we're kind of advertising what we were doing. It just so happened that she had seen ours before.
Yeah.
So, how does Kona, right?
Yes.
Yep.
How does Kona do with traveling?
He's great.
He is
like super
cool.
like rock star, like in the car and stuff.
He can only be that good when we're on live streams.
Yeah, it's now programmed. It's almost like, well, we have programmed him. So every time the lights go on, the camera goes on, he starts like woofing because he knows he gets treats. So now it's just like this, like free for all, like, it's treat time. Yeah. So
we thought we were smart at first, keeping him quiet with like a treat, but now it's like I have to keep coming up with new treats to keep him quiet.
Which is what he had to go do, is get some more treats, because he'll just woof the rest of the time.
Yeah. He's got us trained, basically.
Exactly.
The other dogs at like at the dog park will be like, "Well, do you have your parents trained to give you treats when they're on live streams?"
Right.
And he's like, "Yeah, I got them figured out."
What's your longest vacation out of the U.S.? Like your longest stay out of the U.S.?
Almost a month when we were in Asia.
A month?
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
I'm writing all this down, by the way.
Yeah.
When I ask people questions, I literally write the answers down on my paper.
Right.
And I keep up with them, so that way I have things that I know about people, and when I meet you,
that's great.
I'm like, I remember that.
Yeah, no, totally. I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
And what are some of your fears?
Oh wait, I just realized we lied about something.
What's that?
Her nephew is actually a big time YouTuber.
Right, but we don't like put it out there. He's got his own thing and stuff.
But we did meet other YouTubers.
Yes, of course. He's a big time YouTuber. Yeah.
What's his channel?
Well, like I said, I don't put it out there because I don't want. It's not like he certainly doesn't need my promotion, but I don't like use that to like I just kind of keep it separate. Yeah.
But he's like more teenage craziness kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So he's got his own world that he does. But I was like, oh wait, we do know other YouTubers.
Right. And then so what were you saying about fears?
What are some of your fears? I'm afraid of heights. I'm afraid of spiders.
Oh, definitely spiders. Ooh, totally spiders. And I would say like heights and different, depending on what it is. Like, I'm not like afraid looking out a plane at heights. I'm not like, but if you get me on like walking on a rope course with like nothing below you, then that freaks me out.
She did that on a cruise ship. We did one of those rope courses. And
right.
She was freaking out.
But then again, we've been in like, the Grand Canyon where you like walk on the glass floor. Like that didn't freak me out. Or, in China, when you walk on these like pathways that are like all along the side of a mountain and you just like, it's like glass and you just look down. So that didn't freak me out either. But when I went to the edge of the Grand Canyon, that freaked me out. Like, like kind of like I actually had to crawl because I'm like, I can't even stand there because if I fall, because, so that freaked me out. So it's kind of weird, like looking down through the glass. Nope, fine. But getting next to it, not good. What about you? I don't know if you have anything really.
Yeah, my closest thing to a fear is like Nikki getting us in trouble in some other country. Like I have to reel her back in. Like, when we went to Turkey and she turns to me, she's like, I found a way that we could get on the roof of the Grand Bazaar in Turkey where James Bond was riding the motorcycles. I'm like, okay, we're Americans. You can't be going on the roof of the Grand Bazaar in Turkey unless you want to end up in some weird jail in Turkey, So I have to reel her back a little bit when she comes up with things sometimes. But she always finds great alternatives. She found a building next door where we had permission to go on the roof and shoot the Grand Bazaar. And it was like an unbelievable experience, but it wasn't. She was really going to sneak onto the roof of the Grand Bazaar in Turkey, which I was like, that's not happening.
I would have went with her.
Two of you could have been in the jail in Turkey. But
I definitely like to find different types of adventures.
Yeah, she finds amazing kinds of stuff like that.
Yeah.
But sometimes she goes a little too far.
And usually it's because I want to shoot something like pictures and stuff.
Yeah.
Your pictures are amazing. I've looked at a few of them that you have on your vlogs, and I think they're beautiful.
Oh, thank you. Actually, we have a website which I don't promote a lot, which I might get back to more, but it's got more of my fashion stuff and travel stuff.
Right, and the Instagram is really weird.
And the Instagram is that's more like pictures of you and I. Some pictures, but it's more like I would say the website is probably more like more cross section of art photography, travel photography. When we were shooting races and stuff like that, different cross section of stuff.
What's your website so we can go look at some of those?
You can go to niffinphotography.com or you can go to nikkiniffin.com.
She's got a lot of names.
Yeah.
NIFFON?
KNIFFIN.com. I'm like making sure it's
she's
working.
Checking it.
I'm like, is it not working or something? Did you find it?
Me?
No, I was just like, it should be working.
Let's see. NIC.
So no, it's NIKI and then KNIFFIN.com. Yeah.
Or niffinphoto.com. That one too. You got a lot of names, lady.
I know, because you can pull it up under anything.
Under anything.
That's good.
So there you have lots of different stuff.
Different kinds of photography.
Yeah. Travel, glamour, animal sports.
So Nikki is the thrill seeker. Doug is the person that reels back in.
Oh no, Doug's a thrill seeker in a different way. Doug's a race car driver. Doug drives fast. Doug, he's not a thrill seeker, but in a different way.
Yeah, I know. So like I was gonna say, I know she's afraid of heights because she'll never go and jump off a cliff into the water.
Yeah, he does the cliff jumping. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. You got it.
So how long have you two been traveling for?
Well, I started. Well, you probably started at the same time. I mean, we lived in different countries before. Obviously, we met, and I was young. I did very well in business, and I, when I was 22, started my international travel because I had made a lot of money because I worked very hard for it. So I booked some tickets to the US to Los Angeles. I had friends there. And then I flew to Thailand and I spent like 3 weeks in Thailand, and I flew myself first class and I stayed in 5-star hotels. And I was very proud of that because I did that myself. I worked hard. And that was the start of my international travels. And then you probably like around the same time had gone to Europe. You did skiing in Europe and things like that.
But I wasn't really, you were really more of a traveler.
Yeah.
Like I was going to Europe because it was like cool to go skiing in Europe.
Right.
I was into racing cars. So it was cool to go to Monaco. Like I
That's
wasn't going because I was like, ooh, I want to experience the world.
I was more like I want to travel and see things. And and then I lived in the Caribbean for a couple of years. So that was a big, and then I traveled from there around the world. So,
but like 13 years ago together, we really started doing a lot of travel. She brought that to my life.
Yeah. So, some of the places that you've been, where would you recommend people not to go? That's kind of like the worst place that you've been.
Oh, that's an interesting one.
That is an interesting one. As I like, I could say like going into like, I mean, only for me as a woman, it was very hard going into Qatar. Being that, I mean, probably the first part of like going through customs in Qatar, they didn't like me because I was a woman. And people would like, men would only talk to him and they wouldn't even look at me. And I'm not saying everyone, because we met a few very nice, like,
but they were more the exception than the
rule. So I found that very difficult, and I found it very difficult. Yeah, just kind of not being recognized. Like, it was like people would be standing in front of me and they're only looking at you and talking to you, and they wouldn't even look at me.
Yeah,
it was a very like eye-opening experience.
Yeah, I don't think
there were a cultural thing.
Yeah.
I don't think there are so many like in a grand scale, like where we'd say like don't go to China.
Yeah, I don't think.
I mean, we've definitely had fails like in Egypt where we would say, okay, don't ever go to the camel market, right?
Right, exactly.
And we had fails in Peru, like where we stayed an extra day in Iquitos, and we were like, Iquitos is a dump of a city.
Yeah.
Like, it's fine on your way in and out of the Amazon, but don't go stay an extra day there.
Right, so it's kind of a like, again, an evaluating, because I told you that I don't want to be hard on these places too, because you have to take into consideration, like, even say the camel market. The camel market in Egypt has been going on for like 1,000 years. This is their tradition. Like, this is what they do. It's hard. You can't like come in and criticize it. For us though, it's just like, we don't like, for us, it's just hard seeing those things. Like,
no, it's more like travel advice. We're not saying it's a bad place. I'm just saying, if you're going to give travel advice, we wouldn't tell.
I was going to get to that. Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with the travel market, the camel market. And it was actually a really valuable experience. But if we were going to say to you, if you were saying, what should we do in Egypt? We would say,
You don't need to go there.
Yeah, you don't want to go to the camel. You could skip that.
Yeah. And I wouldn't say don't go to Qatar, but you have to be cognizant of that. It is very different for a woman.
Which is really a big part of why we do the YouTube channel, because we want to bring that kind of information to the people who watch the channel. So if you were like planning a trip to Peru or to Qatar or to India,
you know what to expect.
We want to bring like real information to people so that they can have great vacations without maybe making some of, I wouldn't call them mistakes, but
but like, you know, like even like say going to Turkey or places, like you have to know when as a woman to wear a headscarf and stuff. Like you have to respect their culture, their traditions in those countries. So you just kind of have to know those things before you go, as opposed to coming in like, you know, brash and like bold, like, oh, I'm not going to do. No, you have to. That's their, you know, that's their traditions, and you have to cover yourself like when you're in a mosque and things like that. So I think it's just recognizing those things, and kind of, you know, we like to be able to, you know, tell people those things so that they know what to expect, you know,
because they're great things to experience.
Absolutely.
You definitely want to do those things. You want to go to those big cool mosques.
Oh my God, they're like so amazing.
Yeah, and do that kind of stuff, but
not go because you're, you know, somebody is like, I don't want to do this. No, just do it. Take your shoes off, cover your like head. Yeah.
If I ever travel like anywhere overseas, I know y'all have traveled a lot, so I probably will contact y'all and say, hey, is there anything I need to know special about this place? Do I need to wear something special? I'll contact y'all, because now I know that there are places because I didn't know that until just now, to be honest.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, it's definitely, it's important to know. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's important to kind of be respectful to other people's cultures, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to.
No, exactly. It's important.
You want to go in and you want to experience that cool stuff, but you don't want to like come in and like I'm like an American and you got to do things the way I want to do them.
Yeah. And I think that's what we do love about traveling too, is being able to experience other people, other cultures, meeting those people, like experiencing other things. You know, that's what's kind of cool to see those things.
It is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good idea. Coming up with this whole travel thing.
Since you've been out of the country a lot, what is your favorite type of food outside of the U.S.?
Type food.
Oh, see, that one's easy. I know that one.
What's yours?
Shawarma.
Oh, yeah, you do love shawarma.
Which, going back to you, so the shawarma thing is a little bit of a joke, because if you watch Avengers, the first Avengers, after the credits, there's a scene where they go to a shawarma restaurant. They're all exhausted and beat up and sitting there eating shawarma. And so then we were in Washington, D.C. and wandering around, and I saw a shawarma restaurant. I'm like, oh my God, we have to go. And she's like, what is shawarma? What is wrong with you?
I had no idea what he was talking about.
I had no idea what it was.
I know it is gyros. Yeah.
Yeah, I had.
But it's a little different. But it's similar presentation.
But
flavored differently.
Yeah, but so I was like, I have no idea what it is, but Tony Stark likes it, so we got to go have it.
And now you love it.
It's amazing.
I even found him a place in the Galapagos for shawarma. So now it's like become like this joke. Can I find him shawarma somewhere?
Yeah. She didn't find me any in China though. But yeah, so that would be mine.
Yeah. Where would be my? I mean, because I like definitely trying different foods from around the world. You're not quite as like daring. You don't like as many.
I don't do the gross stuff,
right?
Like interesting stuff.
It's again one of those hard ones to pick. It's like, how do you pick somewhere? Yeah. You got an idea for me?
I think.
I like
you like the Peking duck a lot.
I did, yeah.
You like the Peking duck a lot. The pigeon.
The pigeon was really good in Egypt. I really liked that. It was really good.
And for myself, I mostly liked watching her nibble on the ear of the guinea pig.
Oh my God!
You know, because they were like, you have to take a bite of the face.
Yeah, I didn't like that part. But the guinea pig was good. The guinea pig was very good.
The guinea pig was good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what I would say is her favorite, but there actually is very little we
that's true. And you actually even tried. But I did like the food, like at some of the hotels we were in Peru. Like the Peruvian food was really good. We had a few like amazing restaurants that we had like really, really good food.
We did.
Yeah, super good.
There's very little that you haven't liked.
Very little that I don't
you haven't liked.
Yeah. I would say sea urchin. No, don't like sea urchin. I know that. Other than that, there's not too much I don't like.
Yeah.
Have you ever had any trouble traveling abroad?
Well, obviously, she did. She shortened it, but she definitely like had a whole to-do trying to go through immigration in Qatar, where the person was like screaming at her, and like it was not pleasant at all. That was the closest to actual real trouble. Not like she was going to get arrested, but I think we were pretty close to him not letting her into Qatar, which just meant we would spend an extra day in the airport and go somewhere else or whatever. But
and that was from me doing nothing.
She did do nothing.
I was standing there almost in tears because I'm like, I have no idea what is going on right now.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
It was really
But I
that could have been a one-off too. It could have just been I don't know.
We had an airline go bankrupt on us once.
Yeah,
we spent an extra day in Rome.
Yeah.
But
thank you, American Express.
Yeah.
Who
Yeah.
got us out of that.
Yeah. That's why you buy the travel insurance.
Exactly. All those things help. Yeah.
Yes. But she puts in you cannot really put it in words how much research she does before we go on these trips. She has A plans, B plans, C plans. So almost nothing can go wrong.
Because I have backup plans.
Yes.
That's a good idea.
We did almost get stuck in India because of COVID.
Yeah. That was literally we were 2 days away.
2 days. Yeah.
Yeah.
From not getting back into the country.
Yeah.
But yeah, that would have been trouble.
That I did not have a backup plan for. I did have evacuation insurance, but it was even getting down to the wire on the day at which it turns into a pandemic. Then the evacuation insurance doesn't work because they don't cover pandemics. So it was getting down to the wire.
Yeah.
So on your most recent vlog that I've watched, you went down to Tampa and you drove over to the East Coast.
Yeah.
Yes.
Aside from Tampa, what was your favorite beach location on the East Coast?
East Coast. Well, I always love the area around, we've spent a lot of time around Miami and South Beach, it was a little different. I say 10 years ago, things change, like the hot spots and stuff change from time to time and stuff. But I would say all the way up the coast has beautiful beaches. It definitely depends the time of year or what year it is, how much sargassum it has, the seaweed that comes in is covering the beaches. This time we were in Pompano Beach, which Delray Beach has some great ones. Palm Beach has some beautiful beaches. But it did not have that this time, which was amazing. And they're all beautiful whitish sand beaches.
This is all just crap.
What?
Because you love Miami Beach.
I do, but it's like
changed.
I said,
it's changed over the years that nowadays it's not as cool as it used to be.
Right.
But you really love Miami Beach for many years.
But I started with that. That it's
I don't
changed.
think it was that clear.
Yeah, well,
yes.
Either way, the beaches that go up along that side, they're pretty much the same all the way up. It's a little bit different, when you get kind of inlets and stuff, when you get up to Jupiter and stuff like that, you have more inlets, so you can kind of pick kind of little more secluded beaches and stuff. But from Miami, all the way up, past Palm Beach and that, it's pretty much just straight. So all the beaches kind of are the same to a degree. Some beaches are better looked after than others, depending on what section you're at.
I don't like Myrtle Beach because the sand just grosses me out.
Yeah, further up, I'm not too sure about. Yeah, we haven't been up further.
We were actually supposed to go to Myrtle Beach in the fall, and that trip didn't come together.
You're right.
So
But up in the Outer Banks of North Carolina, that's fabulous.
Oh
beach.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
That was beautiful. If you check out one of our other you can drive on the beach for miles and miles and miles and miles, and there's wild horses. That's beautiful. And they have sand.
Where was that?
Outer Banks, North Carolina.
Outer Banks.
Yeah.
Yep.
Beautiful.
There's a vlog for that too.
Yeah.
There's a vlog for that.
Out of all of the RV parks that y'all have visited, which is your favorite RV park?
Whoa. I definitely need Doug here for that. So let me think. So most of the ones we stay at, they are we've stayed at one KOA that was in New Hampshire. Really, really well taken care of. Beautiful, like you could literally from where we were, parked, see the mountain, Mount Washington. And then I would say the other ones we stay up at are usually they're full hookups. So, and they usually have full facilities. So anything that, I would comment is definitely a full facility. They have usually a little restaurant and they have pools and
glamorous
so
RV life.
They're called they're called resort RV parks. So what was the best one that we've stayed at? I would say the one. Well, that's what I was just going to say. I would say the one we were parked in. There was literally a beach right
on
there
the beach,
on the beach, which was really pretty and super well taken care of. And it had this great little restaurant with patio at the back, and in the summertime, completely busy. That was probably the best one.
Yeah, that was definitely the best one so far. So far, we're not done.
Yeah,
we're not done. We got big plans.
Keep adventuring.
We're going to actually a Jellystone, which we've never been to, and those are supposed to be really cool. We're doing that on the way down to Florida, so we're gonna try that. And those things look like they're basically cruise ships, except you're there in an RV. Water parks and all kinds of everything you could imagine.
Yeah.
Pools, hot tubs. Yeah.
Exactly.
How big is your RV? How long is it?
33 feet.
33 feet.
Yeah.
And what'd you write, John? I can't read that.
How easy is it to maneuver in and out of tight campsites?
I raced cars professionally, and I spent years and years and years driving giant trailers and trucks all over the country. So for me, it's like child's play, but I watch other people try to park their RVs and stuff, and it
can be a struggle.
They struggle a lot. So for me, it's not, it's like asking Derek Jeter, how hard is it to hit a baseball, right? It's not really
probably a fair question
not
for
really,
him.
Yeah, for me, I got a lot.
If it was me, I'd still be working on it.
Yeah,
or I would have hit a tree.
It would be difficult.
Yeah.
But I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
I can drive my RV. I have a rough time backing it up.
It's hard because everything is backwards, right? You have to learn. If you want, you turn in opposite directions, and depending upon the angle you have between the truck and the RV is going to control how quick it turns in the back. Yeah, so it takes a little practice. And just so you know, our house here in New York is on a dead end street, so I have to go and do a U-turn up the block and back my RV all the way down the block and into our driveway, which is surrounded by trees. It wouldn't, I get a lot of good practice.
I would hit so many trees. Oh my goodness.
Oh, Sherry stayed at Jellystone.
Oh, she stayed at a Jellystone. Cool.
You have to tell us about that.
Yeah.
Sherry, do you have a vlog for that? We can go look at that. But again, have y'all ever been to Germany? I wanted to ask this. This is not one of my questions I had on the paper.
Well, what do we classify been to Germany? I don't classify it as been to Germany because we've sat in the airport lounge for a few hours.
Which is always an interesting question because everybody frequently has different ideas of whether that's been to someplace or not. I mean, if you ask me, I was in Germany. I had beer and pretzels for breakfast, which seems to be the quintessential German experience, right?
I don't count any layovers or anything like that in our count of countries we've been to. We have to actually have visited, and
left the airport.
Exactly.
Yeah, but yeah. So we've touched Germany.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In Frankfurt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
And it was a nice lounge.
It was a very nice lounge.
Magnificent Germany with Darian.
Yeah.
He does actual bookings and takes people over and
Tours
helps
and
them.
stuff.
Yeah.
He's like a tour guide kind of for Germany.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
plan
Like,
on doing that with him. Not this year, but we
you
plan
should
on
do
doing that with
Germany's
him.
supposed to be amazing.
Yeah.
Germany's definitely supposed to be amazing.
I think that would be fun as a couple of YouTubers all going together. I think we need to maybe plan that for a couple of years away and
Yeah.
try to go ahead and start saving to go over there together.
Yeah.
I have some weird requirements for my trip to Germany. So I probably, because there are a couple very famous racetracks that I need to drive on.
Nuremberg.
I need to go on the,
we have to rent a Ferrari.
You got to rent I guess we should rent a Porsche.
Oh, Porsche in Germany.
Yeah,
right.
and we got to drive on the Autobahn, even though it's really
So
not
those are your
that
bucket list
fast.
things.
I thought the Nürburgring is that not there? Nürburgring?
The Nordschleife-Ring.
Oh, where's the Nürburgring?
There is a Nürburgring, but that's where they have the Formula One race. The Nordschleife is the 17-mile one where the people will die on it. Yeah, that one.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay. Well, I know there's a lot of things we have to hit when we go there.
Yeah, but weird things that only like an automotive enthusiast would be like, we have to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I really am ready to do that.
Yeah, you should.
So is that all your questions? Do I have any?
I think that's all the questions.
Woo, we passed. Did we pass? Wait, what's our score on our questions?
I think y'all did pretty good. I think y'all got maybe a 98.
Oh, you're dragging me down. I was 100 till you got involved. Now it's a 98.
You kept disappearing on me. Each time you got up, you got a negative.
I know. Well, was that or you're going to have ruff.
And he's incessant.
He
will not give up. Right?
Yeah. Tony in your lap for your next live.
I want to see Connor.
Do you want to come say hello to everybody real quick? Come here. Come here, you. Come here.
Up 97.
Come on, up here. You like to sit on the chair. Say hi, everybody. Hi, I'm Kona. And I know how to be a big pain in the butt.
Sherry said 10 out of 10. You get 100.
I think y'all did good.
Thanks, Sherry.
I put y'all through enough torture. I think y'all did amazing.
Thank you.
I love dogs. I just don't want one because I want to travel more.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because you don't want to have to worry about so we actually have a very good friend who looks after him when we go, which is great because that is definitely always a worry. You have to worry about where your animals are going to be when you travel. Right now, he's just a RVer.
He's a very good RVer, though.
Yeah. Very good in the RV and in the car.
Just
crazy
not for live streams.
No.
Not only live streams, he's figured out if I go to do a 1 minute Monday or something like that, he instantly starts barking and making trouble. And it's like
those lights, literally the lights go on and it's like
That's it. That's what it is, the lights.
Yeah. He knows.
Got some blinders on him.
Exactly. Yeah.
Gotta figure out some way to do it without lights on.
Yeah.
One of the two.
Hey, Brad. Hey, Kim. Thanks for coming in.
Well, thank you so much for having us. And those were very good questions.
Yes, you did great with those questions.
Yeah.
Me
there were some new ones, new interesting ones. In it. Yeah.
Got me thinking and questioning.
You should keep you a list of questions. Maybe that'll be your secret skill, your one magical powers. You have the best questions for people.
I go through a lot of people's vlogs, and I pick out questions, and I'm like, oh wait, that's a good question,
right?
And then I put it down on paper, or I make sure the questions are special per person.
That's
right,
great.
That's great. I think that's really good.
Right.
And it's just stuff that I really want to know about you that I think other people might want to know too. So I don't want to just pick out the same questions over and over. I'm like,
no, that's totally smart.
That's good.
I wanted to ask, whereabouts are you guys located?
Oh yeah, she
live.
We are in the upstate of South Carolina.
Okay, gotcha. What's your
real
closest
close to
city?
Greenville?
You're near Greenville.
Have you heard of Inman, South Carolina?
No. Have you?
We are seriously 30 minutes from Greenville.
Okay.
30 minutes from Spartanburg. We live in Spartanburg County, but we're 30 minutes from Spartanburg.
Okay.
We are an hour and a half from Charlotte.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And we're about 3 hours and a half from Myrtle Beach.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're close to Myrtle Beach. Okay, gotcha.
And then we're how long? Like 2.5 hours from Tennessee, from Gatlinburg.
We're 3 hours from Gatlinburg.
Oh, really? Okay.
Okay.
2 hours from Helen, Georgia.
We're in a perfect spot. I love this area.
Yeah. No,
That's
you
a
definitely
great
got a lot
central.
around you. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not far to Atlanta either. So if we want to go to Atlanta to see Gary, we can just
Right.
And now, how's your barbecue there?
the barbecue.
Like
He
barbecue
loves
food.
barbecue.
We like barbecue, but we find it varies wide.
In
a lot
chat,
depending on where you are.
in chat is Mike Lovelace, and he's on the northern part of North Carolina, and he
Right.
does barbecue all the time.
Oh, really?
Oh, okay.
He's got a smoker that he smokes meats, and he's actually planning soon to do a barbecue East Coast to West Coast North Carolina barbecue thing that I'm really excited on finding information about.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
cool.
So we're gonna have to plan our barbecue stops when we go down to Tampa.
Because we
I
screwed
didn't
it
have
up
it
last
planned
time.
the last time.
Yeah, we went down and we did get something at it in
Well, the one in Savannah was actually very good.
it was okay.
I liked it.
It wasn't as good as it was like too commercial. Like I like
That's
when
true.
you go to those places and it's like
The
like
little like
shack
back
on the
road.
side
Yeah,
of the
those are
road and
so
they have
good.
like amazing food,
yeah.
Yeah.
Have you been to Panama City?
You've
No.
been? I thought you've been to Panama.
in Florida. No, Panama City,
Oh.
Florida, right?
Yes, Panama City, Florida.
I've been to Panama. I've been to the
I
country
mean-
of Panama. I've been to Panama City and Panama, but
That's
I was
what I
pretty
thought you
sure
meant.
you were talking about Florida.
I'm from Panama City, Florida. There is a place there that has ribs, baby back ribs. It's called Pineapple Willie's.
Oh, okay.
Nowhere has ever topped their ribs for me.
Oh, really? Okay.
Okay.
And I have ribs a lot of places. And I won't eat ribs ever again at Chili's.
Right. Yeah. You can't, once you go there, you kind of can't go back once you eat that stuff.
I don't think I ever want to go back to Chili's ever. But
Chili's is good for certain things, but once you have like really good food somewhere else, you then can't go have it at
Right.
Chili's.
Yeah.
But Pineapple Willie's, they give you this bucket, it looks like a sand castle type bucket where you can go play in the sand because that's really what they made it for. And they give you like a lid for it.
Right.
And then they have baby back ribs in it. They have some coleslaw. You can switch out the coleslaw for whatever you want. And they have some baked beans with some bacon and onions in it. It's really good.
That's cool.
And then I think there was some fries. It's been a while.
It's kind of
Gotta
like
go back.
kind of
That's where I'm from.
opposite of our baskets that they do with the lobster. Like when you go to the restaurants and you get that the seafood baskets. Yeah.
That's what I'm planning on getting when I go back to Panama City is Pineapple Willie's.
Nice.
I like that plan.
Yeah.
Sounds
There's
like
the one I've got highlighted right there. That's the name of his YouTube channel. The one for the barbecue.
Lovey's Fat Life.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Oh, okay.
okay, cool.
All right.
And yes, in Italy, the food is awesome. I would say some of our best food was in Cinque Terre. Some of those pastas that we had.
They were good.
Yeah, they were really good.
They were good.
Yeah.
I don't know that I would say it was the
And-
best, but
No, okay.
it was very good. I mean,
I
it was,
liked it. That was mine.
but it's still pasta. Like, how good can pasta
It
end up
can.
being? It can.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's very different.
All right.
Yeah.
In about 15 minutes, Neil and Kimberly, right? Neil and Kimberly is going to have a premiere.
To travel and tour.
Tour. That's right. And then at 5:00, Mike and Betsy will be coming live. They are Beach Please.
Yeah.
So everybody go check them out. Everybody tell Doug and Nikki, thank you for coming. Oh. I really appreciate it because it has been fun. It really has. I learned a lot.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yes, thanks a lot.
And I hope to see y'all again around sometime, and maybe one day we could be on y'all's channel
or meet up.
Yeah,
we have. I don't know if you
meet up in person.
What's that?
I would love to meet up in person. John wants to meet up in person.
Totally.
Yeah. We'll have to figure that out. Probably that might be sooner than. So we did a little thing last week. We've put our lives on like pause for right now because we have a lot going on with our move and stuff, and I got lots to do. So we will be not doing those. We're still creating our content and stuff, but our lives we've kind of paused for a little while.
So we just can't do the lives, do the blogs, do that.
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work, and still get us the heck out of New York.
Yeah.
I would love to actually meet up with y'all though. Like, when y'all head down to Florida.
Yeah.
Which way do y'all go?
Straight down 95, basically.
95.
Coast. So if they let us know.
Yeah, if y'all let us know ahead of time, we could possibly maybe meet y'all.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Y'all could get like a lunch or something together.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, totally.
I mean, that's when we saw Blaine the last time when we were on our way down to Florida.
Yeah.
We jumped off the road and met up with him for coffee.
So somewhere like, I guess, like,
I'll work it out. I'll work it out.
He's the navigator.
I'm the travel consultant when it involves roads.
Exactly.
Kona.
Yes.
He says thank you as well for having him because he got to have a little bit of the spotlight. So he thanks you.
Yeah.
Oh, he doesn't bother me with his barking, I promise.
Okay.
He's good.
We're like, oh my God, I can't believe
No, he's great. He's nothing compared to what my old dog was. My old dog Cuddles, which I miss her so much. She used to howl. She had part lab, part Rottweiler or Hound Dog. It was Hound Dog.
Hound
She was
dog.
part lab, part Hound Dog, and it was like,
oh.
Yeah, they can talk.
Yeah, totally.
We're gonna get off, and everybody, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having us, and have a great rest of your day.
Have a great rest of the day.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thanks so much. Take care.
Bye.